Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, just in case you're new here. Hi, my name is Katie and I talk about my own print-on-demand journey so that I can give you all the tips and tricks that I am learning to help you on your own print-on-demand journey. For today's video, I am going to be doing a relatively quick year in review for Redbubble for this past year of 2022. Video, I am going to share with you 3 things that I have either kind of observed or learned this past year on Redbubble, as well as exactly how much I made the last 12 months just from Redbubble itself. Alright, so the first thing that was really driven home to me this past year is the fact that Redbubble seemingly is never really consistent, of course, with how much you earn from it every month. Just because of seasonality, you can never predict when someone's going to decide to buy one of your designs. So it's good to not be too emotionally invested in it to the point where if you have either a really slow month or a pretty good month, it's best to just kind of have honestly low expectations and to not let yourself be too disappointed or even too overly excited, depending on how you did on Redbubble that particular month. In that way, it's somewhat like the stock market. It will go up and down and you're just kind of along for the ride. Of course, there are some general predictions you can make. The fourth quarter, or the last 3 months of the year, the holiday shopping season, will usually be a lot more sales than the rest of the year. Spring is usually a lot slower, at least for me, than the fourth quarter, and that's to be expected. Over the long run, it somewhat evens out throughout the year, but it is what it is. The second thing that I've observed this year is that if you do either accidentally or not so accidentally put up a design and then Redbubble later takes it down for copyright issues, then immediately following the takedown of that artwork, pretty consistently your sales will kind of tank. If you are making daily sales and then an artwork is taken down, then you will suddenly be making 0 sales every day. However, this sales dump doesn't last forever, and after a little while you will begin making sales again. I don't know if this has just been sheer coincidence or if Redbubble really does kind of depress your listings after a design is taken down. But either way, that is simply something that I have observed. The third thing that I have learned this past year on Redbubble is probably something I've said before, something you've probably figured out yourself as well, but the more designs that you upload, the more sales you will get, simply because you are taking up more online real estate. Now, of course, that is with a grain of salt. You want more good quality designs that have appropriate tags, and then you will get more sales if you increasingly upload those quality designs with a decent number of optimized tags. And if we scroll down to my audience traffic sources, you can see that roughly within the past year or so, I had a total of about 5,000 unique visitors to my shop. The 2 biggest sources of that traffic is going to be from Redbubble's website itself, as well as organic traffic, which is going to be from search engines such as Google. Probably mostly Google. I don't know if that many people still use Bing and other search engines, so it's going to be mostly that. And then with a little bit from social media every month as well. Now let's pop over to my payment history. Now if we go into my payment history here, you can see exactly how much I was paid every single month, And this isn't going to be like, say for example, the entire month of January from the 1st to the 30th or 31st. Since Redbubble likes to pay us on the 15th of every month, it's actually going to be what you've earned between the 15th of the previous month and the 15th of that month. That is what you are getting paid for, and then that cycle just kind of continues. I'm honestly not entirely sure why they do this method. I think it makes a lot more sense the way TeePublic does it, where your sales are per month. They still pay you the 15th of the next month, but they pay out what you earned from the 1st of the month to the last day of the month on the 15th of the next month. I kind of think that makes more sense. I'm not really sure why Redbubble hasn't been doing that as well. But you never know, perhaps they'll implement that sometime in the future. We'll have to see. But anyways, if you go ahead and look at all of these months, you'll notice that there were a couple months I actually didn't even meet the payout threshold, and that was going to be August and October. Didn't quite meet that threshold there, but then as you can see, I was relatively close, so it just kind of rolled over to the next month and made that next month a little bit bigger. And when I go ahead and add up the total of each one of these months, then I get a grand total of $458 for the year of 2022 from Redbubble. And for tax purposes, that is also what I believe we are supposed to be putting down. I know some people, myself included, also keep track of how much we make from the first of the month to the last of the month, but that's not the way Redbubble is paying us. So I think for accounting purposes, it's actually more accurate to go with what actually hit your PayPal account, and of course that is what Redbubble has recorded here as well. So it would be better to have all of that matching and to not have any discrepancies when it comes to the accounting of your Redbubble earnings. And in a previous video, I did mention that I wanted to get to 500 designs by the end of the year. Unfortunately, life kind of happened, and I wasn't able to reach that number. I did get relatively close. I now have 480 designs on my Redbubble shop and something pretty similar on TeePublic as well. So I was 20 designs short of my goal, but I'm not too terribly upset. I know in the coming year I will for sure hit 500 designs and probably go a decent amount past that as well. So it's not quite the end of the world just yet. Sometimes there are things in life you just kind of gotta take care of first, and fun things like Redbubble kind of fall by the wayside. But I've already been working on some fun new designs, so those will be up in no time. And this isn't perfectly accurate because I'm recording this video a couple of weeks into January and not right at the first of the month, so my statistics are a little bit off from the sales that I did make this month and everything like that. But after the end of 2022, I got roughly 600 followers in total. I've gotten just shy of 5,000 favorites on all of my artworks, and I've sold roughly 350, 360-ish products since I first opened this shop in June of 2020. If you made it this far in the video, comment resolution down below. If you actually made it to this point in the video, you get a gold star. And if you also happen to have a Redbubble shop, then I'd love to hear in the comments how 2022 was for you. Did you make a decent amount of sales? You still working on uploading lots of designs? How'd it go for you? Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Alrighty, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.